How does that take place? What should parents be worried about?
So grooming can take place anywhere where there's a chat feature.
Okay.
That is open and not private.
Yeah.
Well, even if it's private, it could happen.
So where, like, I think often gaming scenarios.
So gaming, So if there's chat features in gaming, on social media,
yeah, of course.
Anywhere where anyone can chat to your child, that could be a predator. And the FBI announced a couple of years ago that they think there's up to 500,000, 500,000 predators online every single day.
Wow.
And with when lockdown happened and children were driven online, that we saw a huge rise of online grooming because, of course,
captive audience.
So it is a big problem. The Internet Watch Foundation, who are an amazing organisation whose job is to remove child sex abuse material from the internet. Okay. So that's a horrible job that they have to do.
They've got
people pouring over that stuff, taking it down. Yeah, okay. So that's all they do.
They're moderating the internet
exactly.
as best they can.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they've seen a humongous rise in child sex abuse material online. And what they've seen a big rise in is so they call it self-generated child sex abuse material. So it's basically a child on their own in their bedroom. All their tends to be bedrooms and bathrooms. So there's not another person around, basically doing it. There's no adult around. They're on their own in their bedroom with their webcam or with their smartphone, filming themselves, abusing themselves. That's only going to happen. They're not going to do that for fun. That's only happening because they're being coerced and made to do it and that would have happened because they've been groomed online to do it.
Okay.
And there's horrific stats around that, and the fastest growing age range of this self-generated child sex abuse is 7 to 10 year olds.
I was going to say what sort of the most vulnerable age range, and they're
all vulnerable. That's growing. It's majority of the time it's girls they see online. There has been a big increase of seeing boys imagery online, but it's the girls that they tend to see more. So I mean, it's a huge problem, and it's something parents. It's a horrible subject, but it's something we need to know about, and we need to talk to our children about why you would never share a nude picture online ever. No one would ever ask you for that, and they should never ask you. And something that when I did some training on this a couple of years ago, I was really surprised to find out that only 5% of grooming that happens online is by adults pretending to be children. So in my head, it was always this sort of seedy old man pretending to be Poppy from aged 7. Actually, it's not. It's seedy old man being seedy old man, and the children are still getting sucked in.
Well, they're not even hiding.
95% of them are
upfront about them being adults.
Adults, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's more sneaky than that.
Exactly. I thought it was more sneaky. I thought so. Apparently, that's only 5%. So I think we need to talk to our children about the fact that I think we sort of. I don't know about you, but I know talk to an adult about this. Be polite in front of adults. But we're actually not all adults are nice, especially online. And so it's talking about even if it's a grown up, you just don't do what they say online.
And it's just like the whole trust thing when you're just don't talk to strangers, as in real life. Not, and that same applies obviously in an online scenario. It
absolutely applies online. Yeah, and a big piece of advice that I was given by a very clever man, Andy Robertson, once said to me, don't get your children to leave spaces online. So if you go to the park and you're sitting there on the bench having a chat to your friend, and your children are playing in the park, and they find a new friend and they meet that friend and they play in the park, that's totally fine. There's no problem.
Yeah.
But then if they said, Mummy, I'm just going to go to Adam, my new friend's house, you'd be like, well, of course you're not. I mean, that doesn't happen, does it? You don't move spaces, you stay in that gated park. Likewise, if we teach our children the same thing, that if they're playing on Roblox, let's say, and they're chatting to someone on Roblox, you don't leave Roblox and go to WhatsApp and chat. You don't leave Roblox and go anywhere else and chat to that person.
Okay, right.
Because the problem with doing that is you don't leave that space.
Okay.
In the same way that we do in the real world, stay in that space, because the problem with going to places like WhatsApp is of course it's encrypted, and so there's no getting back what someone's been saying. So